Now, we're taking a monomial in negative 3x squared, and we're multiplying it by a polynomial in 7x squared minus x plus 4. 472. All right? So what would we do if we take any term and multiply by a term in parentheses? We use what property? Distributive property. So we're going to take whatever term this monomial outside and multiply it by every term inside this polynomial. Okay? So the first term, 7x squared, by the monomial outside, negative 3x squared. The second term, negative x, by the monomial, negative 3x squared. Last term, plus 4, by the monomial, negative 3x squared. Now you just multiply. Now it just goes back to multiplying exponents, right? So we've got, what's 7 times negative 3? Negative 21. And we've got an x, and you got 2 plus 2, which is going to give you 4. Right? You multiply exponents, you add them together. Right? Multiplying variables, add the exponents. Right? And over here we've got negative 1 and negative 3, that becomes plus 3. X times x squared, 2 plus 1 is x cubed. Right? If there's nothing here, it's understood to be a 1, right? Alright. The last one, negative 3 times 4, negative 12. And then there's not a variable here, so it stays x squared. You're done. Now, do you have to write all this? No. If you can understand that negative 3x squared times 7x squared is negative 21x to the 4th without writing this right here down, that's fine. If you can't, then write this down. Alright? Let's look at another one. We have a monomial in 5x squared. We're multiplying by a polynomial in negative 4x squared plus 2x minus 7. Okay? So, same thing we did in number 1. Take the monomial that's outside the parentheses, multiply it by every term inside the parentheses. So, every single term in here is multiplied by 5x squared. So, our first term, negative 4x squared, by the monomial 5x squared. And then plus 2x by the monomial 5x squared. And the constant, negative 7, times the monomial 5x squared. Alright? See what? Okay. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. X squared is x, 2 plus 2 is 4. Alright? 2 times 5 is 10. We got an x, 1 plus 2 is 3. We got negative 7 times 5, negative 35. There's no variable, so it stays x squared. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, fears, anxieties? Okay. So far, we're good, right? Is everybody good so far? All right, attempt 1B on page 472 under example 1. 1B on page 472. Who got an answer for 1B? What'd you get?
Negative 18 is 7, negative 18b is 7 plus 12b for 6 power plus 6b for 4 power plus 54b for
Plus or minus 54? All right, yeah, that's absolutely correct. So you should get negative 18d to the 7th plus 12d to the 6th plus 6d to the 4th minus 54d cubed. All right? Negative 18d to the 7th plus 12d to the 6th plus 6d to the 4th minus 54d cubed. All right?
Okay, so you would basically just take everything in parentheses and divide it by 6.
Multiply by the monomial outside.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's all you have to do.
And then
Now,
add the exponents?
yes. If you're multiplying, they have the same base, just add your exponents. What happens if we have more than one of these being added or subtracted together? So let's say we've got this one.
When you just do, you distribute your product to those two, and you do the difference and then the next way. Right? You do.
Okay. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. You have two binomials being multiplied by some monomial outside each one, and then they're being subtracted, right? So all you have to do, now, take this 2x. This is outside. This 2x is a monomial outside of this binomial. So distribute 2x to negative 4, 2x to 5. Well, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. X times x squared is x cubed. 2 times 5 is 10. X times x is x squared. All right, now, what do we do now? Well, you take this negative 5 that's over here, and you distribute it to the terms inside this binomial over here. The same thing. So negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, and there's no variable, so this just stays x squared. And then negative 5 times 20 is just negative 100. Do we have like terms now? We have a 10x squared and a negative 10x squared. So if I combine these two, what does this go to? If you got 10 here, and then you get rid of 10, how many do you have? None. You have 0. So this just goes away. You can't have 0 times x squared, it's just 0, right? So that's 0, so you're left with negative 8 x cubed plus, or minus 100. That's all you have to do. It's the exact same thing.
So if you had like terms, even if they have different sides.
If they're the exact same, if they're exactly opposite of each other, yes. All right? So, we're doing the exact same things, except at the end, we're combining like terms. Okay? So, on your paper real quick, attempt 2A on the top of page 473. To the very top of 473, 2A.
It's supposed to rain all Where are you working? Oh my God, come on, yeah, I'm a hostess tomorrow night, so I'll be actually from 4:30 to like 9.
Yes.
I'm not even awake. Why would you cheat on that? Is that girl she follows us.
All right.
Square root.
Will, what did you get? Shh.
15x squared plus 6x slash L minus 7x squared plus 2x squared plus 6.
I agree, but combine like terms.
Yeah.
All right. If you go ahead, because you have a couple x squared, you have a couple x's, right? So go ahead and combine those two. All right. What'd you get, Greg?
X squared plus 4x.
Well, let's put it. All right. Who put it in standard form? Did anybody put it in standard form once they got it worked out? All right. Well, let's look at it. Let's look at this. All right. I'm pretty sure everybody probably got the right answer, but we either didn't simplify or we didn't put it in standard form. So if we combine 3 times this polynomial, we have a monomial in 3 multiplied by this polynomial in here. So 3 times 5x squared is 15x squared. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times -4 is -12. All right, do the same thing over here. You've got negative x times 7x squared is -7x cubed. X times 2x is -2x squared. Negative x times -3 is -3x. Now, what is the largest exponent? 3, right? The exponent, the largest exponent is x cubed. So this goes first in standard form, right? -7x cubed, because the largest exponent goes first, correct? When we put it in standard form, our greatest exponent goes first. Now, we've got a 15x squared here and a -2x squared here. So we can combine those two. What's 15 minus 2?
13x.
13. So plus 13x squared. So our x squareds are now gone. All right, we've got a 6x here and a -3x here. That should be plus 3x. Sorry. So what do we have now? 6 plus 3 is 9x, right? So now our x's are gone. What are we left with? Our constant, -12. Minus 12. So that is our answer. All right? You just combine like terms and put it in standard form. That's all you have to do. All right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
This is all we're doing today. Okay? Here's your homework. Right here on page 474, 475. It starts on page 474. 1 and 2 are on page 474. 18, 19, and then 24 through 27 is on page 475. All right? You've got 8 problems. That's it. And you have got some time in here to finish this.